Hello, darlings. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you're another YouTuber, let me know down in the comments and I will sub you back. Now stay safe, get your vaccines, and here's the video. Hello, darlings. It's Brandy here. Today we are going to change some Russian almond dual forms into some Russian almond press-on nail tips because they do not exist at the moment. And I love the Russian almond shape. It is straight fire. But I do not have the talent to sculpt it, okay? I have never used a form on my flexi or myself, you know, because I'm full press-ons all the time. Don't get me wrong, I love my poly gel, especially hard gel, acrylic, I'm garbage at, but, you know, I just gotta practice, so, before we get on to that, it's shameless promotion time! Alright, y'all, we got a whole bunch of stuff that I am going to put in some grab bags. I'm thinking, you know, maybe $15, $25 so that each one gets at least one big item, whether it's a nail piercing kit or nail tips, whatever, what may have you, and then, you know, some of the other stickers and all that stuff in there. So tell me if you think that's a good idea, because if it is, I will get on it. And then we do have Halloween stuff coming, and I'm sorry, folks, all y'all people that like fall, I hate fall. I'm done with it already. I just go from I go from Halloween to Christmas. There's none of that stuff in between. So my point being, there won't really be any autumn-ish stuff in the store unless I come across something really, really poppin' that I love. Then yes, I will have it. But besides that, Halloween, Christmas. So these are my two ambassador, Katherine Ford, her code is KF10, and Cherie from Just Nailed It, her code is CherieBaby10. So if you want to save some coins and build up to a good giveaway from either channel, use their codes when you order, and kaboom, giveaway. Alright, let's get on to these nails. They came out really cute. Okay, y'all, I have sized these dual forms to my hand so that I can make them press-on nails. Normally, you would take the dual form after you sized it to your nail, and you would put your poly gel, hard gel, even acrylic in there, and then place it on the person. Everything but the acrylic would go into a lamp, and when you when you take it out, you pop the dual form off and you have the nail. So instead of doing that, I'm going to use the actual dual form plastic as my press-on. I do have to sand the outside because they have the measuring lines and the shaping lines, and obviously they had to put them somewhere so that the inside would come out flat, because that would be the top of the nail, you know, the part that shows. So they put it on the outside. So I am going to buff and clean these up real quick, and when I come back you can kind of see what I'm gonna have for an idea. It's still percolating up in there, so I didn't bother recording the filing because the dust collector is so loud. I ended up using a hand file and buffed it out after, but it was a little rough, so I had to put 2 coats of base coat on it to, you know, fill any kind of ridges that might have been left over, because y'all know I got a heavy hand, so for the tips themselves, I wanted to do a French, because I feel like those really show off the almond so much nicer. I mean, there are some that are sculpted that are amazing, but, you know, that ain't happening here, not for a few years at least. I decided to go with number 107, Romantic Pink Day from the Gel NY. It is a beautiful pink shimmer. I love it. It's so gorgeous. The only issue that I had with putting gel polish on these tips was if I waited too long, the gel polish kind of started to fall off the sides. sort of, you know, like it was pooling on either side instead of just being where it needed to be. So if you try this at home, keep that in mind, because it was really a big pain. The way that I ended up doing it was I painted one, put it aside, painted the second one, and then put the first one in the lamp, because I couldn't leave it so that I did all the nails at once, because like I said, it was pooling. I ended up doing 2 coats because it is a semi-translucent polish. If you wanted it to be totally opaque, you would have to put 3 or more depending on your preference. So I went with the 2, and I love it. I've been waiting for a while to use this glitter. I couldn't think of a set that would have been perfect with it. Katherine sent it to me, and it is one of her favorites as well. And she's slowly coming over to the dark side of pink. And no, everybody thinks pink is sweet and cute and girly, but no, pink just grabs your attention and is like, bitch, you are my bitch, okay? Because I was a blue fan. I was always blue my whole life until I started doing nails. Now I love pink, okay? It just happens, okay? Pink is hardcore. Anyways, my delusions and ramblings. Now, what I did with this, which was not very smart, was I put it on top of just the sticky layer of the gel base coat. Now, for some of them it worked okay, but for a couple it was a hot-ass mess. So it took a lot longer than expected. But I didn't want to just pour it over some more base coat, because I wanted the clear to be able to be seen. I didn't want it to be all total glitter, because I really want to show off that Russian almond, because what's the point of doing all this if it just looks like another nail, right? So I sharpened my crystal katana a little bit, because it was starting to get like it wasn't picking up, you know, and I do have another one, and the point is like so super pointy. Like, I've just been used to this rounded one because I've used this one the whole time from like the very beginning. So, you know, 2.5 years or so. And this is the first time that I actually fixed it. So all sorts of little glitters were sticking on it. There's some foil in there in addition to gold rounds and the pink hexies. So it's a cute mix, and I'm glad that I was able to pick up all that little stuff, because sometimes it just doesn't come up and it's a pain. So yes, it was beautiful. Except for like the ring finger and the pinky. Those, the freaking glitter just would not stay. Like, I put it on there and I went to push it on and it would like come off on my glove. So I ended up having to do the extra coat of base coat for those 2. But the first few nails were okay, so I don't know. If you are still watching this video, please hit the like button. Let your girl know you were here. Leave a comment. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe and hit that bell so that you will know when I upload. Because otherwise, you will miss lots of uploads, because that's just how YouTube works. Even if you're subscribed, if you don't hit the bell, you won't get every video. So, please and thank you. Okay, so we missed a step here. I didn't hit the record button. I took my Lovcarrie Structure Base Coat, which is a clear builder in a bottle, and I covered the whole nail, more of the bottom than the top, but I did want it to be a continuous thing. I didn't want it to just be on one side or the other. There is less builder on the nude part than on the glitter part, just because, you know, the glitter was chunky, so you have to cover it, otherwise, you know, it's not going to look right. So this is the 1 coat of builder and some buffing and scrubbing, because I had to kind of touch up a couple nails. You can see it like in the middle finger, because some of the polish pooled, it kind of warped the shape of the nail a little bit, so I had to go in and kind of scruff it up and, you know, try to make it as close as possible. So also with the shaping, sorry, I kept wanting to have the top be flat instead of rounded, and I don't know why. I've done like the box nails of the half tips. I don't know why, but that was what was in my head, so I had to make sure that I was rounding the top part of it, because otherwise, you know, it would have been a hassle. I decided to use light pink gems and backless AB gems in addition to some of the caviar beads we have in the shop, gold, 0.06 to 0.08, because they're like, you know, hard to regulate that actual size. So that's how they list it anyway. But they really, really class up a nail set. I feel like they do. So it just takes regular gem placement and just raises it to another level. And that's where I wanted to be. So that's what I did. Okay, so this is what they look like. I didn't top coat them. I put the gems on first. And I used my regular drill gel glue, which is a UV glue. You could use it as a builder, as glue, as, I don't know, regular extensions, what have you. But I did want to leave this in because I wanted to make sure that, you know, people know exactly how to make their gems stay where they want them to stay when they're glass and or crystal, because you can't really top coat over it. It takes away the shine and just ruins the whole look, right? It just ruins the actual rhinestone itself. So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing up some of the top coat and getting it just to the edge of the gems. You don't have to worry about the caviar beads. Those can be covered, not a big deal. And I'm doing the same thing from the other side as well, so that those gems will be hardened on there but still flashing beautifully. And yeah, so that's the technique that I use. So here is the finished product. I think they came out marvelous, darling. Absolutely marvelous. I love them, and I will definitely be doing this again. I mean, I wouldn't show the prep steps and everything, but I'm waiting for the sun to come up. Once the sun comes up, I'm going to take some pictures, do some videos, and all that. Don't forget to let me know what you think about a grab bag, if that would be interesting for anyone. I do have some new items coming from the store that are not Halloween. They're taking a little bit longer than I expected, so they might get dropped at the same time. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but these are my 2 ambassador codes, so if you are going to order, please save yourself some money, and I think that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a marvelous day, and thanks again. Mwah.